Hello, Leon County. How you doing? We're going to be doing the cross-examination of Wendi Adelson by the late, great Daniel Rashbaum tonight. The little short guy. The little short guy who represented Charlie Adelson in the 2023 trial. We've got the wrong image up there. That's the wrong image. That doesn't matter. We're going to hide that. And, that's what we're doing.
Did you draft them?
I didn't draft any pleadings.
No. That motion for contempt. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ms. Adelson, we've met before, right?
Yes.
We've met 2 or 3 times in our life, right?
That's correct.
We initially met in 2016 after the arrests of the killers in this case.
That's correct.
During that meeting, we had no conversation whatsoever about the substance of this case, right?
That's correct.
We met again in April of 2022 on the day that your brother was arrested, correct?
Correct.
You were at your parents' house and we were figuring out where he was, right?
That's right.
Again, nothing was discussed about the
You might want to check the jail.
case other than his arrest.
Correct.
Like, how long did that take? Well, they've arrested him. Where could he be? How about at the zoo?
In fact, before right now, we have never discussed your testimony at all.
Correct.
Yeah. Not even once. Not even when we sat down and did that big jigsaw puzzle, that 10,000 pieces. Not a word. We did the whole thing in silence.
Okay. With that in mind, let me ask you the most important question.
It's not going to be about Dan Markel, is it?
You're aware that the state has named you as an unindicted co-conspirator in the murder of your ex-husband, right?
Correct.
They believe that you, along with your
Fiction writers. Where do they get this? They just make it up as they go along. Next they'll be saying Dan Rashbaum's a co-conspirator. And the judge. Good evening, Brian. Daphne, how you doing?
brother, along with your mom, along with your dad, conspired with those 3 killers, including Katie Magbanua. They believe you all conspired with them to kill your ex-husband. You understand that, right?
I understand that that is what they believe.
You understand they put up a chart in their opening with pictures of all of you.
Yes, I saw the chart.
Yeah. That better not be on Nancy Grace. I want that blurred.
Miss Adelson, did you have anything to do with the murder of your brother, of your ex-husband?
Absolutely not.
It's fair to say the state has it wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Were you in
So
a conspiracy with any members of your family to kill Professor Markel?
No.
Okay, with that starting point, let's get into your background a little bit.
What about jealous rage thug, Jeff Lacasse? Could it have been him? Hello, Mary.
I'm going to try to skip through stuff that's already been done.
He's just marking off his Amazon packages. We've received that, we've received that.
Growing up, you were pretty close with your parents.
Yes.
Fair to say they were middle class?
Yes.
Yeah, well, we lived in the same house, but the kitchen was enormous. We had a pool table in the kitchen.
You went to a public high school?
I did.
You did pretty well in high school, right?
I was valedictorian.
Yeah. No, yeah, I love geography.
But around a year or 2 before you went...
Yeah, I was valedictorian. They said, "What's the capital of France?" And I straight away, I was just like, "Paris." Give her an award.
to college, your father was a victim of a Ponzi scheme, correct?
It was actually when I was in 8th grade.
Dude, he is the Ponzi scheme. Like, he's got Ponzi scheme written all over his head.
and he lost much of his wealth.
He lost his whole life savings.
Yeah. I wonder why. Someone told him to invest in a sure thing where he was going to times his money by 50.
You still went to a prestigious college up in Boston, right?
I got a full scholarship.
Yeah.
And
Didn't pay for that either. No. You know all those real fancy schools? Didn't pay.
then when it came time to go to law school, did you pay for law school?
I got a full scholarship.
Yep, another one. What about Cambridge? Tell us about Cambridge. Scholarship. Actually, I went over there on a, what is it? I forget.
Now, you got asked a lot of questions about divorce law in your direct examination. Are you a divorce lawyer?
I am not.
What type of law did you...
Do you know what they get paid? They make less than a mailman. Am I a divorce lawyer? I run a medical, legal partnership. Did you not hear me come on?
specialize in?
Immigration.
You want to read my book? I'll sign you a copy of my book.
All those filings, and we'll get to them. Did you write those filings?
No.
So the words that Ms. Cappleman were reading, they were for you. You reviewed them, correct?
I did.
Did you draft them?
I didn't draft any pleadings.
No.
That motion for contempt, she asked you if he could be put in jail. You have no idea, right?
I didn't remember whether that's what contempt meant, but
Yeah.
You were just seeking the court to enforce its previous order, right?
that's correct.
Well, I think they should dig Professor Markel up and put him in jail. The body. Cuff those bones.
Now remember,
It's not student grant. It's not student exchange. It's what's the president called? It's a president. It's a something grant on a I forget which president.
you said that during these filings, this is the same exhibit, that you thought you talked about some other things and Ms. Cappleman said, nah, it's not in there. Remember that?
I do.
Can I borrow that binder?
You're not going to make us go through the 33,000 pages, in front of the jury? Have the jury had lunch? we got some turn-in to do.
I'm going to draw your attention. This is State's Exhibit 56. I'm going to draw your attention to page 187. And I want you to read this paragraph for the jury.
Okay. The wife has been very unhappy in the marriage and filed her petition for dissolution of marriage in August 2012. The husband continues to characterize this as an abandonment of the family. At no time has the wife abandoned the children. She is divorcing the husband due to her unhappiness with him and the marriage, and she only moved out of the home because she knew the husband would not. The husband's statement of abandonment are
Shut up and bring me the dining chairs.
unfounded and not supported by fact or law. He is simply having difficulty accepting her decision. In fact, he is having so much difficulty that he has told several of her colleagues and friends that she must have mental health issues.
Yeah, tattletale. Snitch.
You can stop there.
Okay.
Do you remember telling Ms. Cappleman that you remember filing something like that?
Yes, I do.
You can set it aside. We're going to move on. When did you meet?
I'm going to be so thankful and happy when we can finally say that we're never going to have to see Wendi Adelson turning the pages of a huge ring binder ever again?
Professor Markel.
We met in Washington, D.C. in the fall of 2004 when I went up to D.C. to interview.
Yeah, I know it was 2000 something.
For a job.
Where were you living at the time?
I was living in Miami.
Yeah.
When did the relationship...
Yeah, where the fuck do you think? Because that was before I met him.
get serious?
Well, because it was long distance, it kind of got serious pretty quickly because it's a commitment to date someone long distance. So we started dating, and then I think over Thanksgiving, he came and spent Thanksgiving with my family, and by then it felt pretty serious.
Yeah. Do you recall if...
No, it usually is that way with a victim doubling up as narcissistic fuel, isn't it? Pretty serious, pretty quick. Yeah, straight in. I mean, we were married like that day.
You
introduced him to Charlie?
I would have at that point. I don't remember introducing him before that time, but he would have met my whole family then.
What did Charlie think of Professor Markel?
I honestly don't remember his reaction, but...
Were they buddies?
No.
He didn't do an impression of him, did he? You know, like put on a tie and act really straight. Oh, what, Professor Markel?
They really had nothing in common, right?
No, they had nothing in common.
Now, you got engaged pretty quickly, is that fair to say?
We did, yep.
And,
yeah, it's called love bombing.
I think you described how you ended up in Tallahassee, how you did your last year of law school in Tallahassee. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And then you had...
Yeah, which I loved, by the way. Book club, food trucks.
2 children.
We did.
During the marriage, did Professor Markel get along with your parents?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was banana bread city over there, you know. He'd go over there on a weekend, work on some legal papers, and they'd all cook some bread.
Now, skipping a little bit ahead, and then we'll go back.
Why?
Do you remember asking...
How far do we need to go back? Why are we going ahead and then back? Just go in order, chronological.
Cappleman asking you about your parents not liking Tallahassee and not having access to the kids in Tallahassee. Do you recall those questions?
I don't remember her asking whether my parents didn't like Tallahassee, but I remember her asking about access, like not having unfettered access to the kids.
And do you remember talking about how your parents were looking for real estate in Tallahassee?
Yeah, my parents were trying to buy a house here.
Yeah, it was 531 Fake Road, made up town, Tallahassee.
Do you recall that after you got divorced, they contacted a real estate agent named Tim Kelly to buy that house?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
During the course of your marriage, I think you said you were close to your brother, Charlie.
Yes.
Yeah.
How often did you speak?
Tends to be that way when you're in a hot tub, in a you know, sort of gross, you know, old man gym, like, you know, like the sort of thing that they'd have in a hotel that was built in the early 90s, you know, in the gym, a disgusting gym.
Speak to each other.
Maybe once a week or a couple times here and there.
Now, in all the years you lived in Tallahassee, is it fair to say that Charlie only came up 2 or 3 times?
Yeah, he came up for the birth of both boys, so definitely twice. And then I think he had an internship or a job in Alabama for a little while, so he...
Wrong. They don't have dentists in Alabama, Wendi. If you got a problem with your teeth, They just hit you in the mouth with a muddy shovel.
Came by then, but so maybe 3 times.
Now, you described that there came a time when you and Professor Markel started to have some marital issues.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Major issues. I said, "Where's my tennis racket?" And he said, "I don't know." And, and then I stormed out of the garage.
Some of these issues had to do with religion, correct?
Yes.
And some of them had to do with just the fact that you two were growing apart. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
But you got marriage counseling, right?
We did.
How long were you in marriage counseling for?
I think about 6 months, maybe.
Now, as close as you are with you...
Yeah, it was Dr. Fake. Dr. Fake at TMH Medical.
Your mom, while in marriage counseling, did you tell her you were in marriage counseling?
I don't remember telling her I was in marriage counseling.
And until the end, did Charlie know that you were in marriage counseling?
I don't know if I talked to my family about being in counseling.
Yeah, and if I did, it was an old email address, which was wendy.jill@fakemail.com.
Do you recall a time when you and Charlie, you were down in South Florida and you told him...
Look at that goddamn divorce filing. Looks like it's going to tip over the bench. Judge Everett's going to go flying on the seesaw.
You were having marital problems.
I do.
And what was Charlie's reaction to that?
I mean, he was supportive of me.
Save your money. Save your money. This is already costing enough.
I remember him saying, life is short, so if you're unhappy, then, you can make a different choice.
Yeah. Isn't that sweet? Can't you just imagine Wendy Jill sitting out on the front porch on the step in a summer dress, a little bit of summer rain coming through, and, just with a handkerchief dabbing her eyes, and then Charlie Adelson comes over and kneels on one knee, takes her palm in his hand and says, "Life is short, Wendy. I want you to be happy, so you can make a different choice. It's okay. God won't know."
Do you recall a dinner at the Melting Pot where you told Charlie that you had decided to file for divorce?
Who the fuck in their right mind says, hey, you want to go out tonight? What are you in the mood for? And everybody goes, fondue. The fuck?
Do.
And when you told Charlie that you were going to file for divorce, did he have anger and hatred towards Professor Markel?
No.
Yeah.
Was he sad because he knew...
Yeah, he did, actually. He took his jet ski out and, drove it like a maniac and straight into a big rock in the ocean.
This was going to affect his nephews?
I don't think he was really sad. I mean, honestly, I think a lot of people wondered why I got married to Danny in the first place, and my friends were very supportive when I decided to end the marriage.
Now, you actually filed for divorce in September of 2012, is that right?
That sounds right.
And when you filed for divorce, let me say this. When you left the home, I think that was discussed in the direct, Professor Markel was out of town, right?
He was. I called him and let him know that I had filed.
You're a non-confrontational person, right?
It is not my best quality, yes.
But you had been in marriage counseling for quite some time before you left the home, right?
Yes.
Before you left the home...
God, can you imagine if there was a fucking marriage counsellor, what they would have said? I mean, there so obviously was not, right? But what would they have said? Professor Markel, we need to get you out of the country today.
Did you have a place to live?
I did.
So there was some planning, correct?
Yes.
Charlie had nothing to do with those arrangements, right?
No.
And that's when you moved into the Aqua Ridge house?
Yes.
I'm showing you what's marked as Defense Exhibit 1 for identification purposes only.
Hey, thanks, Patricia Burns, for that pic. I will check it out later. I don't think I can do too much with it right now. Brian! I'm back, Brian.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
It's not going to be another filing, is it? She's got 3 binders up there already. Take them down. Boom! Who was that?
Do you recognize the email addresses on this document?
Oh, thank you for the super chats. Haley, how you doing? How you doing? Good job. Nice one.
Is that your email address in July of 2012?
It was my work email address, so
Yeah.
that makes sense. That must have been my
Not the fakemail.com.
email.
Does this look like an email that you could have received from your mom?
It does. I don't remember.
We went through this yesterday, Dan. My mother and father have been married for 50 years, and when they write at the computer, they sit down together and they touch type with my mother uses her left hand and my father uses his right hand. I mean, how hard would that be? Can you imagine? I bet twins could do that, right? They wouldn't even need to train. But how hard would that be to get it in perfect sync? That'd be awesome to practice. You know, if you got time.
For this email, but it does look like an email I could have received.
Judge, I would move this into evidence as Defense Exhibit 1 at this time.
Is there an objection?
Objection, hearsay.
This is an email between your mom and you in July of 2012, right?
Yes.
And just pointing to just under paragraph 2, I just need to know that I can legally take my children and move to another location. There was concern that you wanted to make sure that you weren't breaking the law, right?
Correct.
Yeah. You can move to another location, sure. You can move them from Trescott to Centerville.
What can I legally remove from the house to the new location? There was concern that you wanted to do everything within the law, right?
Correct.
Now, we've heard a lot about this TV already.
So is that really loud? It is freezing. I just need it on for a bit.
So let's just clear this up right now.
Let's
Charlie
clear this
bought you
up
the
right
TV,
now.
right?
Yes.
More precisely, Charlie had your parents buy the TV and he paid them back.
Yes.
And they bought the TV from Best Buy, right?
Yes.
Have you ever bought anything from Best
Apparently. It's not what Jeff seems to think. I like the idea yesterday of Donna Adelson buying a TV out of the back of a Crown Vic from a student that just got kicked out of college for selling drugs. No remote. And then I asked them if they want to buy some weed.
Best Buy?
I'm sure I have.
When you buy from Best Buy, they always try you to get the Geek Squad warranty, right?
Yeah, they do.
And people like me always fall for that, right? But when you call,
Yeah, because I'm I'm a layman, just like the jury. We're so uncommon.
And you need to appear on the TV. It's got to be registered to your name, right?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure it would have just been an account, you know. You scan your card. You telling me Donna Adelson doesn't have anything from Best Buy? She's the kind of person that has a, what do you call it, loyalty card for everything, right? Just getting those points, getting those discounts. Yeah, I hate that shape-shifting lizard in the it's horrible, isn't it? It's like David Icke sitting there. David Icke, what are you doing in court? No, I was looking at it yesterday, just out of the corner of my eye, and I thought it was a Ninja Turtle.
You know if the Geek Squad was registered to your mom and dad?
I don't know offhand, but if they're the ones who bought the TV.
I love how he's acting like he's about to do a big reveal point, right? Do you know if the Geek Squad was registered to your mom and dad? Oh, you don't?
Then they probably bought the, Geek Squad policy that went with it too.
If I showed you the receipt, would that refresh your recollection?
I don't really have an independent recollection, so I don't think so.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah. I don't know how it was broken either. I mean, it was either cracked or smashed or I shattered.
Now, Charlie made that joke many times, right?
He did.
He never told
Why?
you he actually looked into hiring a hitman, right?
No.
Did you think he was serious?
No.
By the way,
Did you laugh? Just the whole table of the Adelsons, every time they go out for a meal, they're sitting around, the table, and he tells the joke again, and they all, slapping each other on the back.
the state has you as a co-conspirator with Charlie Adelson, right?
I believe so.
But they also have you...
Did you know, Patricia Burns, that back in the UK, in 1990, it was called the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles? How fucking woke is that? Well, we can't say ninja. Japan, they'll sue us. I think it should have been a gay ninja. Teenage Mutant Gay Ninja Turtles.
according to them, blurting out during an interview that your alleged co-conspirator did the murder. Does that make any sense?
I don't understand the
Let
question.
me rephrase.
Yeah, neither did I.
They have you guys as co-conspirators. They think you did a murder together.
Yeah, we got that for the
Right?
third time.
I think so. That's what they believe.
Yeah. Crazy state, crazy fiction writing state. They'll come up with anything. They just, it's a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt.
If you did a murder together, why would you have blurred out a statement like that?
I clearly would not.
Yeah.
Strange.
I clearly would not. Yeah. Unless, you were planning to say, that's preposterous.
Do you know if Charlie repeated that joke in March of 2014 when you went to Yardbirds with Jeff Lacoste?
He may have, if I was mentioning the TV was broken or something like that.
Do you know who else was at that dinner?
Katie.
Do you think it's like how does it come up? does Jeff Lacasse say, hey, you know, I was watching TV the other night, and then Charlie Adelson just interrupts him like, oh, TV? You gotta hear this. So, I said to Wendy, I'm gonna get you a Hitman as a divorce present, but the TV was cheaper, so I got you this TV. All the patio erupts in giggles. The waiter falls on the floor, smashes a tray of drinks, busted a gut.
You spoke to your mom daily, probably, right?
I would usually call my parents on my way to drop kids at school. We'd have a short conversation.
Yeah, I needed help with the boys, so Donna was on phone support. You know, because I was breastfeeding, and you know, I'd have a child on my breast, and then I'd have to entertain the other child. So yeah, I needed my mom on the phone the whole way to daycare.
So that sounds right.
It's fair to say that your parents were involved.
Look at Mary. That's exactly right, Mary. That was the sound of the Yardbird patio. They could hear it all the way down from Ocean to Fifth and you know, Lincoln Road, all the way up Lincoln Road.
In some of the decisions that you were making in the divorce, you were asking their advice.
For some of the time.
Did you often speak with Charlie about what was happening in the divorce?
Not too much, no.
But fair to say Charlie was supportive of you, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was always supportive of me.
Hey, Wendy, why are you talking like one of those phone sex girls? You know, where the picture looks nice. Phone sex girls. You know, where the picture looks nice, but you know the person is 350 pounds. You know, and not wearing underwear like that's any good at all. Why is she talking like a whore? A phone whore, no less.
Is Charlie kind of self-centered?
I don't think so.
Really? What did he buy himself for Christmas this year? Okay, well, he got the go-kart, the boat, the jet ski, and a trip to Colombia for himself. Yeah, and he got all the rest of it. Well, he got my dad got socks.
At the time of your divorce, though, he had a lot going on in his life.
I mean, his life was going great. He had a...
Oh, it was great. You know, he'd wake up every morning, take the dog out, then hop on the go-kart, drive that to the jet ski, and drive the jet ski to the boat. Great life.
Great business. He always had lots of girls.
You know what he should have done? They're always going on about this great business, traveling dentist. He should just get a jet ski and, like, weld a dentist chair onto it and do it on the beach. You know? Just walk by, hey, you need a filling? you want to pay cash? It's a discount if you pay cash, and we'll give you a ride around the bay. That'd be great. Right, who's got AI open? We need a dentist chair on a jet ski on the beach.
He had friends.
The divorce was settled in July of 2013.
Correct.
How did you feel after it was settled?
I felt better. Felt a sense of relief that we could just move on with our lives.
Now I want to talk a little bit.
Move on to the post-divorce litigation. Yeah. Now the custody battle.
About this relocation issue. Isn't it true that your attorney told you that there was very little chance for you to win that motion?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. I believe she referred to it as a cunt hair. We ain't got a cunt hair chance to win this.
Where were you working in Tallahassee? Let's go backwards, actually. In 2007,
Well, it wasn't in a food truck.
when you were married, where were you working in Tallahassee?
At that time, I would have been working at the FSU Center for Human Rights.
Yeah, really into those human rights, you know, helping the little man, you know. Very charitable, benevolent organization.
And you were lobbying for anti-human trafficking legislation?
I was primarily representing victims of human trafficking, but
She was probably purposely selling them to pimps. Have you ever been to Houston? You're gonna love Houston.
I did a little bit of lobbying too.
But the funding for your job ran out and you lost your job, right?
Yeah.
At the time of the divorce, you had gotten a job at FSU. What was that job?
At the time of the divorce, I was adjunct teaching a few classes at the law school, and I had a number of different jobs at FSU, but by that point I was probably running something called a medical legal partnership, where I would work with the law school, the medical school, and the social work school to help the students work together to try to help solve legal.
Yeah. So what does that mean? You go to front desk and like book out a room with a table in it, and then write on the whiteboard the time that we're going to be meeting, and then send people an email. Okay, we're going to be in G7, guys, on the second floor at 11:30. Everybody good? Everybody good?
Legal problems that clients had.
Did you like that job?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you liked the job so much,
Yeah, it was easy. It was easy. I was done before lunch, and I didn't get in until 10.
why were you looking to relocate?
I mean, relocation was not a big issue for me.
Yeah.
I probably never would have thought of it. A friend suggested it to me that it might be helpful. Maybe I would get more time with the kids if I could
More time with the kids.
relocate. But I wasn't really focused on it. I didn't think it would happen, and I was pretty happy being at my job.
Now, you were a non-tenured clinical professor in that job, right?
That's right.
It meant that you could lose the job at any time. Is that fair
Sure.
to say? And you were
Well, it's not like she's a temp, you know? You work up to tenure. Don't you? I think so.
you had a lot of responsibilities, now being divorced, even more responsibilities with the kids.
Sure.
And you were offered a job at a prestigious law firm in Miami. Is that fair to say?
I was, yes.
And that job was going to have a pretty big salary increase,
Yes.
and it was going to give you an opportunity for more stability. Fair enough?
Yeah.
You were also going to have the benefit of family
Yeah.
Sure.
in South.
And we got to keep all the pills, you know. Was suing, what was it? A law firm that specializes in suing pharmaceutical companies. The richest, what do you call it, sector that there is. What do you think the court orders a pharmaceutical company to pay if they do something wrong at clinical trials? You know? It says here that 6 of your volunteers turned into a rat. They all turned into rats.
Florida, who could help you with the kids, right?
Yeah.
Now, even with this relocation request, was it ever your intention for Professor Markel to be absent from your boy's life?
Never. No.
Yeah, a bit, you know. minimal.
Okay. When you lost the relocation motion, I think it's fair to say that your mom and dad were pretty upset.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's fair to say
That must have been when Harvey broke his patient's jaw. He gets the call. Someone's just sat in the chair. He gets the call. We lost. Open wide.
that your mom came up with some crazy ideas.
Totally bonkers, yes.
Oh, bonkers. Yeah. Totally silly and bonkers. Oh, yeah.
We saw the email about conversion of the kids, right?
Yes.
By the way, did you ever do any of that?
No. No.
So you never dressed the kids?
Didn't need to. That's why we had him shot.
Up. You never baptized them? You never took a picture of them?
No.
Okay. Did your mom keep bugging you to do any of that stuff?
No, I think it was just one crazy email.
By the way,
Bonkers.
in all of these emails, did your mom ever tell you to do something violent
No.
to Professor Markel?
No.
Was there ever any discussion of threats of violence in any way?
No, never.
Mr. Rashbaum, I'm going to permit you to ask one more question, and from there, we're going to go into recess for the evening, but your examination of the witness will go into tomorrow.
Have you ever heard the Prof's blog?
Sure.
Remember those questions that Ms. Cappleman asked you about how people could know about Danny traveling on the weekend of his murder? Remember those questions?
I do, yes.
Would it surprise? What is the Prof's blog?
It was a blog that Danny started with some friends to talk about the law and legal theories and to kind of have conversations in space with other law professors.
I'm showing you it's marked as Defense Exhibit 2. And this will be quick, Your Honor. I promise.
I was going to say, we went from 1 to 5 real quick.
It'll be quick.
Please show your exhibit to the witness.
Does this look like a posting from the Prof's blog?
It does, yes.
Judge, I admit Defense Exhibit 2 into evidence at this point in time.
Any objection to the state?
I'd like to take a
I think that's all he has.
look at it first, Your Honor.
Oh, here you go.
Go ahead. You don't have to approach. We're going to handle this without the jurors.
I'll ask it one last question, and then we can, if you would, we can handle it.
One means one, not
One means one. Do you know if Professor Markel would frequently post his travel schedule on his Prof's blog?
He would post it on his Prof's blog and on his Facebook.
That's my one question.
Public Facebook. And do you know if Sigfredo had Facebook? Hey, we're going to play part 2 next day. If anybody would like to support the channel, please do at buymeacoffee.com/True Crime Metrics. Links in the description. And a bunch of other stuff. PayPal. Okay, look at this. Number 2. Part 2. You just love part 2. buymeacoffee.com.
Do you recall that your parents and Charlie were quite excited to come watch you in Tallahassee at this event in
were.
August?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did they read your shit book?
Do you recall your
I bet she signed a copy for each of them, right? With a really long, generic, shit personal message. To the greatest, bestest, most wonderful, fantastic brother.
brother saying he couldn't wait to book a ticket, that it was fucking awesome?
Yeah. He was very excited.
Yeah. Yeah, he heard there were going to be a lot of young students. Are they hot? Look at him, he's thinking about it now. Oh, that student. Yeah.
Do you recall discussing with Professor Markel who would have custody of the boys during various trips in August and September of 2014?
Yes.
Do you recall having those discussions in July of 2014?
That would make sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you recall scheduling a whole host of meetings after July 18th, 2014?
Yes.
Let me be more
Yeah.
precise.
Yeah. What are you getting at, Dan? Well, we're going to do that murder, and then I'm going to be out of here, so clear the calendar. You know, that multiple people in FSU, where Dan also works, have access to. Yeah, she didn't have anything booked after the 18th.
Before July 18, 2014, do you recall scheduling a bunch of meetings that were to occur after July 18, 2014 in Tallahassee?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I had my nail appointment on the 19th. Yeah. Lights and wax.
Do you recall making plans with a friend moving to Tallahassee for July 25th, 2014?
I don't.
Yeah, Wendi Adelson would never let her friend down. She probably flew back. I'm grieving, but let's get that moving truck.
Let me see if I can refresh your memory. Do you know an individual named Tahira Lee?
I do.
May I approach Your Honor with Defense Exhibit 15?
Well, what happened to 3 to 14? Blue River.
And I would direct you to the email on June 17th, 2014, which I think is the fourth email on the first page, and see if that refreshes your memory. But feel free to look at the whole document.
I see it, but you were asking if they were moving to Tallahassee on the 25th, or if I...
No.
No.
Did
Read to
you?
yourself, Ms. Adelson, don't read aloud.
Okay, sorry.
I'll repeat the question.
Okay.
Do you recall making plans with her where you said you would make plans with her after August 25th, 2014, because your family was coming to town?
Yes.
And that happened, that correspondence was in late June of 2014?
Yes.
Do you recall in June, you can put that aside now.
Okay.
Do you recall in June,
What is Charlie thinking right now? Yeah, get him, Dan. This is good, this is good. A friend in August that's moving to Tallahassee? That she promised to meet up with?
of 2014, late June of 2014, expressing interest in joining the board of a Tallahassee-based child advocacy nonprofit called American Children's Campaign.
I do.
That was in Tallahassee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Wendy's not on trial. I mean, even if we imagine the false idea that Wendi didn't know anything and set up all these appointments because she really did think she was going to be there, even if we assume that, Charlie could have still done it. This is a waste of time.
Do you recall scheduling a meeting for July 23rd, 2014, with a Professor Van Dern with the FSU College of Medicine?
So I don't, but I ran a medical legal partnership, so I would have been setting up meetings with the medical school, with the law.
I set that up after I got back from Cambridge. got back from Cambridge, wrote my book, and then set up the medical legal partnership, which sounds fancy, but I really just booked out a fucking room in the office, boardroom, which just means it has a table in it, and they had a whiteboard in the hallway, and I wrote the time that the meeting was, and then sent an email letting them know.
Law school with the social work school, so that would have been normal, but I don't remember it specifically.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty complicated too. Sometimes I would have to, get the room in the medical building, and sometimes I would have to get the room in the legal building. And it's a big campus. Not everybody could do it.
May I approach, Your Honor? Does this refresh your recollection that you were scheduling a meeting with Professor Van Dern for July 23rd?
Isn't that the one that Jeff said it was the older guy that had a crush on Wendi and was a little bit forward, had really horrible teeth? Did he say Van Dern? Maybe.
2014.
Yes.
Do you recall you can put that aside.
Okay.
Do you recall scheduling a meeting with your divorce lawyer to meet any time of the week of July 21, 2014?
Again, I don't remember specifically, but it's...
But that was the divorce lawyer. I mean, we definitely cancelled that. I mean, that one would have made sense to cancel, right? He's dead.
Sounds like it would have made sense for the time.
Do you know an individual named Cindy Jean?
I do.
Do you remember emailing her and asking her if the kids were available to go swimming at the pool on July 19th to 20th?
I don't remember, but it sounds like something I would have asked.
May I approach, Your Honor, with Defense Exhibit 20 for identification purposes only? Does this refresh your memory about trying to set up that play date for July 20th or July 19th with Miss Jean?
Yes.
You can put that aside. Do you recall that your mom planned to visit Tallahassee in November of 2014?
I don't remember that.
I'm showing, may I approach, Your Honor, with Defense Exhibit 21 for identification purposes only?
You may.
Please take a look at this.
Yes.
Does this refresh your memory that your parents planned on being in Tallahassee on November 17th? Does that
Yes.
refresh your memory? You can put that aside. Do you recall asking your parents to come to Tallahassee on August 1, 2014 for a birthday party with Ben, for Ben?
I don't remember doing that, but that sounds, it's close in time to his birthday.
May I approach your honor with Defense Exhibit 22?
We were going to the bacon factory. Bacon towers all round. Can we get a pint of bacon? They even do bacon cocktails. They got everything bacon. Bacon factory, Tallahassee, check it out. It's General Isom's second home.
Does this refresh your recollection that you were going to have a birthday party for Ben in Tallahassee in early August of 2014?
That's right.
You can put that aside. And that your parents were going to come up for that? Do you recall making flight reservations to travel to Newark and then back to Tallahassee? So you're going to leave from Tallahassee and come,
Make sure it's the same fucking day.
go to Newark, come back to Tallahassee for a wedding in October.
Try not to touch anything while you're there. Wear gloves. Take the gloves.
2014.
I do.
And you made those reservations in July of 2014. Do you recall that?
I don't recall when I made the reservation, but I remember the wedding.
May I approach your honor?
There was a wedding in Newark? What is that, a joke? It's one of those gags, you know? Come to our wedding in Newark. No.
With Defense Exhibit 23. Does this refresh your recollection that the reservation was made sometime around July 14th, 2014?
Yes.
Hey, Charlie, man, what did you wash your hair in the toilet? What is up? Maybe the guards took him out back and gave him a dunk.
You were booking
Oh,
tickets.
look at that. Chelsea Myers, thank you so much, Chelsea Myers, for that super chat. Someone check if her memory comes from a factory reset button. The bacon factory. Yeah, the big red button of the bacon factory.
For a wedding in New Jersey on October 24th, 2014.
It better be a dog wedding or something. I don't believe people get married in Newark and actually fly up, you know. What? Come on.
Yes.
And the cost of those tickets were over $400, right?
Oh
right.
my God. Yeah.
Put that aside.
Yeah. Well, that's not even one of our Adelson stacks. You know, that's 4 bills, man.
Those tickets weren't to go back to Miami, were they?
No, it was Tallahassee to Newark, Newark to Tallahassee.
Why did you make those tickets to go back to Tallahassee?
That is where I lived.
That is where I lived, in the place that I love, and, you know, it's where my TV was, that still hadn't gotten fixed. So I definitely had to be there for that. And your TV was going to be delivered to Aqua Ridge, right? And what date was that?
We're going to move on to another subject.
Yeah, thank fuck for that. Jury's like, yeah, okay, one more date and we're done.
Ms. Cappleman talked a little bit yesterday about the litigation that occurred after the relocation litigation with Professor Markel. You recall that?
I do.
The relocation litigation. What else could you say? The litigation. Doesn't
There
matter.
were these pieces of
Train
litigation
station.
back and forth about money and about filing false affidavits. You remember those?
Yes.
Not to mention the bar card. And banning my soon-to-be free au pair nanny from seeing the kids. Well, that would have thrown a wrench in the works, huh?
There was what was called the motion against your mom that Professor Markel filed. You recall that, right?
I do.
Okay. With regards to the motion that Professor Markel filed claiming that you and your attorney filed a false affidavit, did you get the sense that you were going to prevail on that litigation?
Yes.
Was the judge getting frustrated with Professor Markel on that litigation?
Very.
Did the judge admonish Professor Markel?
Yeah. You should have seen him. He got that little hammer thing and started whacking it on the bench.
Regarding that litigation?
The judge said he needed to stop.
Were you concerned about getting disbarred?
No.
Yeah. I don't really practice law anyway. It's just a fucking card in my wallet.
I want to talk a little bit about Jeff Lacoste. You first met Mr. Lacoste in the...
We're calling him Jealous Rage Thug. Jealous Rage Thug Lacoste.
fall of 2013.
Yes,
It was casual at first.
it was.
You were dating other people as well.
I was.
It got more serious around March of 2014.
That's right.
Fair to say he was in love with you?
I don't really remember. I don't think I could say, but it was more serious.
Okay. You weren't...
Fair to say that he'd been groomed and conned into thinking that you were a person that you were not.
sure about him. Is that fair to say?
I think my feelings developed over time,
And then they undeveloped?
and then they undeveloped.
Yeah. They developed up until he took me to his house. And that was a no-go. You know. Crumbs all over the floor. In basement apartment.
You were very different people from very different backgrounds, right?
Yeah.
What? California.
He didn't spend much time with your parents, right?
I think maybe he met them once.
He wanted to meet them more than once, right? He didn't like that he didn't get to see them more times.
I think he wanted to be more integrated into my life.
I'm not so sure. You know, I'm not so sure. I think if we may never know.
Jeff Lacoste met Charlie Adelson one time in March of 2014, right?
That's right.
He accompanied you on a trip with law students, right?
I used to run an alternative spring break, and he came with me.
It's another easy one, isn't it? Yeah, no. It was basically a free ticket, and I handed out name tags for an hour. And then off to the beach.
And you decided to come down to South Florida for a day or two, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And-
that was convenient, wasn't it? That was convenient. Free ticket, and then just It's an hour drive.
You had dinner at a place called Yardbird, right?
That's right.
Are you aware that that happened on March 11th, 2014?
No, I don't remember the date, just that it was during the spring break.
Fair enough. You remember sitting outside on the patio?
I do.
And it was you and Mr. Lacoste and Charlie and a woman named Katherine Magbanua. Do you recall that?
That's right.
Who was Charlie's girlfriend at the time.
Yes.
Are you aware that Sigfredo Garcia was watching you at that dinner?
No.
Are you aware that
And this is my spooked out, creepy face? No. Is he watching us here now as well? That's him at the back.
he was contemplating running your brother over with his car at that dinner?
No.
Yeah.
After dinner,
right.
you and
Yeah, and he was also contemplating throwing a hand grenade into the patio.
Jeff Lacoste stayed at Charlie's house, right?
We did.
Miss Magbanua wasn't there, right?
I don't remember her being there.
It was just the three of you.
I think so.
And you left the next morning.
We did.
Now, you and Mr. Lacoste started having issues around May of 2014. Is that fair to say?
That sounds about right.
You started to become nervous around him?
I don't really remember if I was nervous around him, but I started thinking it wasn't the right relationship.
He started accusing you of being unfaithful, right?
He did.
He accused you of having an affair with someone that you had previously dated?
He did.
Excuse me. You told him that you didn't. You denied it.
That's right.
And he didn't believe you.
He did not.
Yeah. Well, was that at the coffee bar that you lured him to?
And before this individual that you used to date, you had coffee with at a place called All Saints in Tallahassee, right?
I did.
And Mr. Lacoste saw you having coffee with this individual, right?
He did.
And that caused a confrontation. Is that fair to say?
He flew into a rage.
Yeah.
Subsequently, he went through your phone and planner, right?
He did.
And this is around May, June of 2014.
He flew into a rage. What did he do? Grab this big jar of coffee beans and throw it at the wall?
That sounds right.
And you and Mr. Lacoste went to Gainesville for a weekend for his work at some point around this time frame.
Yes.
And that
Rage
Saturday
filled.
night, June 28th, he basically exploded at you.
He did.
He yelled at you for hours.
He did.
He accused you of having affairs with multiple people.
He did.
You were very upset, to say the least.
And then he judo chopped the coffee table in half.
I was devastated. Yep.
Now, you were scheduled to leave for South Florida, I believe it was on June 30th or June 29th.
Yeah, I was so devastated that, like, immediately when I got back, I had to go and speak with Jane for, 2 hours in the park. I said, Jane, you'll never guess what, Jane. That guy, Jeff, total psycho and violent, oh my God. He went through my phone and he said, if I find one more message from Professor Markel, then he's a dead man.
Celebrate your dad's 70th birthday, right?
That sounds right.
And Mr. Lacoste wasn't invited.
No.
You went down to South Florida on June 30th, and you and the boys stayed with your parents, right?
We did.
You had the boys with you the whole time.
Yes.
Dan Markel didn't have the boys at that point in time. The boys were with you.
Yes.
And Charlie knew that, right?
Yes, he was with us.
Your mom planned a big party for the birthday.
She did.
Now, I think when Miss Cappleman asked you if the birthday fell on a Saturday, you weren't sure.
I remembered it being on his actual birthday, which I thought was a Saturday, but I don't remember the calendar from 2014.
May I approach Your Honor with Defendant's Exhibit 25? Ms. Adelson, does this refresh your recollection that
Hey, talking of red egg, no, All Saints coffee, we should all head over to buymeacoffee.com/truecrimemetrics and support the channel. How about it? I'll have a double tall, low-fat, no-foam latte with a whisper of cinnamon and chocolate shavings. Okay? Anybody else? Anybody else? Link in the description.
July 5th, 2014 was on a Saturday
Yes.
and that the party
Yeah.
was at 7:30?
Yeah, of course. The whole year, like, fixed it so that my dad's 70th birthday was on a Saturday and not a Tuesday afternoon.
p.m. or
Yes.
thereabouts? Put that aside. Now, when you got back to Tallahassee, you saw Mr. Lacoste on July 13th,
That sounds right.
and when you saw him, it was not a good meeting. Is that fair to say? It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You saw him the next day at a yoga studio,
I went to yoga and he wanted to come.
and it was awkward.
Yeah, followed me to yoga. Something funny about a stalking situation when he's in his little yoga shorts and with his little rolled up mat. You know. Yeah. Putting tension, you know, staring at her in the whatever you call it, the group.
It was.
Yeah,
And
straight
kinda
black.
tense.
Me too.
It was.
And he asked to see you again
tiny
later
cup.
that week,
He did.
and you didn't want to.
I did not.
And when you got home that night, you sent him an email asking him not to contact you for at least 7 days, that you wanted to think things over. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
You never saw him again, right?
What is John saying? John says, respond. Okay, to what? To you. We've got to go all the way back up here. What do we do? What do we do? Did John say something? What did John say? What am I responding to? We have to rescue John. John has a very important question. Something. But my scrolly is not so smooth. Well, if anybody knows what John said, let us know in the comments.
No?
Who enjoys what now? Judy? Beth. Beth, I think she enjoys it actually. All four of them. All four of who? I'm getting lost here.
Are you now aware that there was a first attempt on your ex-husband's life on June 4th and June 4th, 5th of 2014?
Yes.
When you lived with Professor Markel on Trescott, was your address publicly listed?
I believe so.
And why would that matter? Where was he going with it? Sorry.
Can I have one moment, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
Wendy doesn't enjoy testifying. She's so over this.
Members of the jury, when the parties agree that certain facts are true, that is called a stipulation of fact, you must accept stipulated facts as having been proven. However, the significance of these facts, as with all facts, is for you to decide. In this case, the stipulated facts that you must accept are true are: the Markel children were enrolled at Creative Preschool located in Tallahassee. During the week of July 14th, 2024, their drop-off pickup schedule was as follows. Monday, July 14th, 2024, dropped off at 8:55 a.m. by Dan Markel, picked up at 5 p.m. by Dan Markel. Tuesday, July 15th, 2014, dropped off at 8:25 a.m. by Dan Markel, picked up at 4:50 p.m. by Dan Markel. Wednesday, July 16th, 2014, dropped off at 9 a.m. by Dan Markel, picked up at 4:30 p.m. by Wendi Adelson. Thursday, July 17th, 2014, dropped off at 8:30 a.m. by Wendi Adelson, picked up.
What a fucking bunch of shit. You know, you got to write all that down every day. We just went home. You know, all at once.
At 4:45 p.m. by Dan Markel. Friday, July 18th, 2014, dropped off at 8:50 a.m. by Dan Markel.
Thank you, Your Honor. So I want to first focus your attention on the July 17, 2014 schedule. On July 17, 2014, as Your Honor just recited, do you recall dropping the kids off at school at 8:30 in the morning?
Yes.
Why couldn't Judge Everett have sang that to the tune of "Hold On, I'm Coming"? You know, just throw a little soul on it.
And Professor Markel picked them up at 4:45 p.m. on that day, thereabouts.
Which I just heard, but I wouldn't have known what time.
You didn't pick them up that day.
No, it wasn't my day.
So it would be impossible.
Didn't sound like any of them were your days. All I heard was Dan Markel. You know.
Person would be wrong if they said that they saw you and the kids by Professor Markel's house in the afternoon or morning of July.
And, you know, I do agree that that is likely wrong, but, you know, there's still not enough to call it for sure, so I'm not gonna throw a stone behind it.
17, 2014, correct?
It would be some other woman and some other kids.
Yeah, or maybe it was the third Latin king in disguise, and they weren't kids; they were potato sacks with wigs to make it look like you.
You spoke to your mom probably close to daily, right?
Yeah,
During this time period. She would know when you had the kids and didn't have the kids, right?
probably.
Yeah.
Now I want to go back to something briefly that we talked about yesterday before we stopped. You knew that Professor Markel posted his travel plans on Facebook and on his prof's blog, right?
Yes,
He would talk about places and conferences that he was speaking at, right?
you would.
Are you aware that on the weekend
I've
of...
actually missed Rashbaum, Deborah. You know, it's good to see him again. Good to watch him do his... I don't even know what to call it. I was going to say lawyering, but it's that seems like a stretch.
the 20th, he was supposed to speak at a conference in New Jersey, and he posted it on Prof's blog as well as on Facebook.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about Best Buy.
Well, I thought we did that. Didn't we do that for ages?
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
I'm showing you what's marked for identification purposes only as Defense Exhibit 29 and 30.
Yeah, I guess Luis Rivera just called up Latin King headquarters and got one of their top hackers on it, right? You know, operating out of a motorcycle garage. I mean, why bother with Facebook when they could just they'd probably just get straight into the Delta airline, you know, what do you call it? Where they sell tickets?
Looking at Defense Exhibit 29, does that refresh your recollection that the warranty was under your father's name for
Yes.
that TV?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they've been married for 50 years, so and they type together.
A warranty with the Geek Squad?
Yes.
Now, before you look at Exhibit 20, do you recall that your mother scheduled the appointment for the TV to be fixed with this Geek Squad?
I remembered that I scheduled it, but it looks like she scheduled it and gave me the number to call in case I needed
Yeah.
to reschedule it.
And
Not
in fact,
poetry.
she emailed you on July 11th and told you if you can't keep the appointment on the 18th, call this number to reschedule it, right?
Yes.
You can put that aside.
Like if we have to cancel the gunman or they get cold feet. No point spending money on the Geek Squad. girl, hello. Veggie girl says. Where's this at?
I want to talk a little bit more about July 18th. Do you recall leaving your house that day on Aqua Ridge Ray around 12:30 in the afternoon?
Aqua Widge Ray. Hey, that must be Blue Ray River's drummer. Hey, that could be a duet, right? Ray. The Ray brothers. We got Blue Ray River and Aqua Widge Ray. And he does harmonica too.
Do.
And you were going to meet a friend for lunch at a place called Mosaic.
Yes.
But you had to pick up...
Which is an tacky as fuck building. I always imagined it like as, a nice little street house, maybe painted some exotic color. But no, it's just a warehouse out on the fucking like main road. It's a CBD shop now. They shut it down. It's like magic mushrooms.
A bottle of, I don't know if it's bourbon or whiskey. I don't even know if they're the same things. But Bullet.
Well, it was actually rye that she bought.
Whiskey.
It was bourbon.
Okay.
Wrong.
It was for your friend's wedding shower that night.
They were having us stock the bar party, so they
Stack the shelf.
asked for specific kinds of alcohol to stock the bar.
And
You guys want to come over? We're going to put all of our DVDs in alphabetical order by genre. Christina, hello.
I'm showing you what's marked as...
Be quite good, huh? Everybody take turns. You do a shot, you take a DVD, down to the shelf, you got the limbo music playing. Or the conga. Yeah. Jello shooters and DVD organization.
Defense Exhibit 32. Is this the invitation that you received?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got this printed at fakeinc.org. See where it says bullet?
Judge, I would move Defense Exhibit 32 into evidence at this point in time.
No objection.
Hearsay, Your Honor.
Exception.
State of mind.
You can provide me with the exhibit.
Like goddamn conga music in my head.
The objection is sustained. She may testify as to her memory.
Do you recall on the left-hand corner of the invitation, it says, help the bride and groom stock the bar for their wedding and bring a bottle of Bullet bourbon? Do you recall that?
Yes.
And a DVD.
You can put that aside. Now, you decided to go to ABC Liquors on Bedden Road to look for the bourbon, right?
I did.
You're not a big drinker, is that fair to say?
That is fair to say.
Yeah.
You went to that store.
Then why do they call you 3-bottle lunch? How's the new house, Wendy? How's the cellar? Is it stocked?
You were familiar with it?
I'd seen it close to my house, so
Close to your old house.
close to my old house.
There could have been liquor stores that were closer to your current house.
Sure.
Yeah, well, or the old house. I mean, it's way down on the map.
Now, when you
Trescott's way up
drove
there.
to ABC Liquor, you tried to go through Trescott. Is
I
that
did.
fair to say?
It was blocked.
There are other ways to go to ABC Liquor, right? You could have gone down other roads.
I don't have the best
It was blocked. They were arresting a tree.
of direction, so when I find a route, I just kind of keep using that route. I don't look for something else.
Okay.
Uh-huh. It's like one road.
You got to Mosaic at around 1 p.m.,
That sounds right.
and your lunch was interrupted by investigator Isom, who told you that something had happened.
That's right.
You went with him voluntarily?
Do you think when General Isom went in and he said to the staff, like, is that Wendi Adelson? Okay. And then he started to walk, but then he went back and said, could you give me a large eggplant moussaka to go? Is it 8 minutes? Okay, good. Eats it in the car with his hands on the way back. Oh, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
To speak
did.
with him? You let police search your car?
Yes.
Yeah.
You were interviewed.
How many Cheerios were there? You know, because 0 by my count.
With the investigator from approximately 2:45 p.m. until 7:50 p.m.
Yes.
He told you that your ex-husband had been shot and was unlikely to survive, right?
Yes.
You were in shock.
Yes.
You were
Yeah, a mix, really. I was in shock, then upset, and let me see now, crying, and yeah. And then, you know, we started cracking jokes, and all got the giggles over the name of the rabbi. Schnoyer.
I have been Donna Adelson's husband for over 50 years. And I could not help but scream in my mind. Donna has always been a one-sided wife who told outright lies. You're sending an innocent woman to prison. Thank you, Judge and jury, for allowing me to speak.
Thank you, Canada, for the coffees. Number. What did they say in Canada? Hot coffees to help keep you up. Yeah, I still haven't been to bed since last night's show. What is up with that? I've been so busy and it's been so cold. But that's okay. Thank you, 10 cups. We'll just call you 10 cups.
That's right.
They kept telling me they needed my help, and so I kept trying to help.
Yeah, came up with all these names. Let me see now. There was the student with the bad grade, Amy Adler's Psycho X, the Pelican, and the custard lady with the whisk. Yeah, and you know, my brother, and my mother, and my dad.
Now, you remember on direct, Miss Cappleman asked you about this interview.
Yes.
And she asked you about all the people you mentioned during the interview, including Charlie.
Yes.
And you said I was just wheeling off names, right?
Yes.
Wheeling.
In fact, isn't the first person in the interview that you mentioned was yourself?
Yes.
You said that you would
Yeah, she said it's not me. You know.
understand if you were viewed as the prime suspect, right?
Yes.
Before you mentioned anyone else, you
Yeah.
mentioned yourself.
Don't worry about that, Dan. You know, I had fully prepped. You know, we've been planning this for a year, so you know, I was fine.
Yes.
You told them about the motion to relocate.
I did.
You told them about the fight you had with Professor Markel that very morning about some swimming for the boys.
Yes.
You were spitting out a lot of ideas.
I was.
And you...
I don't know if that's a great thing to do in a murder investigation. Doesn't that kind of like muddy the water? You know, just start naming everybody. You know, without the slightest indication. You know.
agreed to let the police search your phone.
Yes.
You agreed to let the police search your car.
Yes.
That's where they found that picture that I wasn't able to admit of the invitation of the bowl of bourbon, right?
Yeah.
You agreed to be fingerprinted.
Yes.
You agreed to be checked for gunshot residue.
Yes.
You gave them your computer to be searched.
I did.
Did they search your brain and like find the evil? We got an evil gland.
Towards the end of your interview, you asked you asked the police officer if you could call your parents, right?
I did.
And the police allowed you to do that.
Yes.
And you called your mother's cell phone sometime around 7:04 p.m.
Yes.
And you spoke to your mom. I don't know if you remember, but you remember your dad being in the shower because they were going out to dinner.
I don't remember.
Yeah. So they definitely weren't like, you know, waiting around for the call, right? Yeah. We just got home and we're running errands and Dad jumped in the shower. Or maybe they were having a swinger party. Yeah, there's a bit of a line for the shower at the moment. We really got to get one of those big walk-ins, you know, the kind that you can fit like 20 guests in at once. Don't touch that loofah.
Your mom didn't answer actually the first call, and you called back a couple minutes later and she answered. Do you recall that?
I don't.
And when you called your mom, she was surprised.
Yes.
Yeah. You could tell too.
And you asked her to call
What?
Charlie and tell him what happened, right?
Yes.
What?
You didn't speak with Charlie that day, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well,
On
apart from
July
the morning.
19th, the next
Apart from the morning where you just told Cappleman about it yesterday.
day, you spoke to Charlie at 10:50 in the morning. Is that, you won't know the exact time, but do you recall speaking with him in the morning?
I honestly don't.
Do you recall letting him know that
You did
Professor
yesterday.
Markel had passed away in the early morning?
Passed away? He was shot in the face.
I don't remember the conversation.
Succumbed to his violent attack, more like.
When your parents came directly to Tallahassee, correct?
They did.
They stopped in Orlando,
Sort of.
and they got there on the morning of the 19th, right?
Whale Harbor.
Yes.
And when they got,
Yeah. Well, Harvey wanted to stop at Cracker Barrel. Donna said, no way. There's got to be a sushi restaurant around here somewhere.
there, they were scared and frantic, right?
Yes.
Your dad didn't sleep. He couldn't get police protection, so he planted his chair in the front of your window to make sure that no one was going to come to your house and shoot it up, right?
Yeah. He didn't have a gun, so he just took out his, dentist tools and set those on his lap. Little scraper thing and a little tongue depressor and a little teeny weeny drill. Zoom! it is. He probably put his back out, right? Swinging that day. And he got up, long drive, busy night last night. I need to sleep in a wooden chair. They did things to me. Michelle,
Now, you
how
all
you doing?
attended a memorial service on the 20th, right?
Yes.
Yeah, briefly. We made an appearance. What did they do? They hired ex-Tallahassee PD cops as bodyguards to walk them in. How gangster. I mean, that not even the mob do that.
And you arranged for the Markels to see the boys after the memorial service, right?
They all came
Well, it was more like a friendly wave from across the room, but yeah. Technically, they did see the boys.
over my house.
Mm-hmm.
And you left Tallahassee, correct?
Boom! Sonic boom. Best way to support the channel, everybody. buymeacoffee.com/true crime metrics. And links in the description if you can't click that one on the screen. Bunch of other links too. What have we got? We've got PayPal, merchandise, bonfire, and social networks.
Not on the 20th. No.
On the 21st.
Yes.
And when you left Tallahassee on the 21st, did you bring all your belongings?
I brought some swimsuits for the boys and some
Swimsuits. What else? Tanning oil. Let me think. What do you bring to Miami for the weekend? Condoms for Wendy. A lot of condoms. A volleyball? I don't know.
pajamas, and I thought we'd be back in a day or two.
Yeah.
And when you left, you were not.
Why? When they got Jeff, when they finally brought that guy in, that jealous rage thug.
Yourself.
I was a mess.
You got to South Florida and you realized that you could not
I was a mess, putting on a brave face, a brave, beaming smile face for the boys.
take care of the boys alone at this point in time.
I hadn't slept in days, and I was terrified.
To get a little more specific, you wouldn't leave the
Well,
house.
fucking have yourself a warm milk and shut the fuck up. You know? What's gonna happen?
No.
And you would hardly eat.
I wasn't eating, no.
Yeah. Breadsticks only. Breadsticks only. Just, they just push them into my mouth slow, and I chomp.
And ultimately, you decided not to come back to Tallahassee.
I mean, I made that decision much later, but
And you had a friend who you grew up with, I think last name Keener, go back and get more stuff at your house, right?
he did.
Yeah. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Someone phone you up and say, "Hey, do you want to do a 9-hour drive and pack up my house?" Yeah, and in a U-Haul, so it's probably like a 12-hour drive. Depending on traffic, as Wendy says. Yeah, how about it? Could you do me a favor? Great, yeah.
You have one more moment, Your Honor.
Pauline says, why do you think they have not arrested her yet? Well, time moves slower in Tallahassee. It's actually still September. It's September the 28th in Tallahassee right now. They're catching up. Yeah, I don't know why I said warm milk. It's strong, sweet tea is what you're supposed to have with a little bit of milk for shock, right? '87. Yeah, I think Martin McFly is just about to appear on Monroe in a DeLorean.
Now, it's been said in this courtroom that you have tried to erase Professor Markel's memory from your boy's life. Is that true?
It's not true.
Yeah. Did I not tell you about the pictures above his bed? And the shrine, the Markel family shrine that we have right in the den? You know? What else? You know, and the boys? Anytime it's oh, what did they like to do? I forgot. Totally forgot.
For the first 2 years after the murder, did you limit Professor Markel's family from seeing the boys?
Absolutely not.
Michelle, shut the fuck up, Michelle. Don't get me started. Okay, we have to do a poll. What looks more like a Prius? A DeLorean or a 2004 Nissan Sentra? In fact, I think a DeLorean might be the bastard child between the two, right? You take the rear, you know, it'd be like if you were making a time machine today, it would be a combination of a Prius and a Sentra.
In fact, they had complete access to the boys,
They should
right?
just start calling Jeff Dark Brown. Hey, nice car. Does it go up to 88 miles an hour?
100%.
They made dinners with the boys?
I cooked dinner for them, yes.
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
time
yeah,
they visited.
Yeah. I didn't give them an option. I said, yeah, you can cook dinner. Let me see what's in the fridge. Oh, well, this is embarrassing. It's bacon or extra large bacon. How about it? You wanted to spend time with the boys. This is what we have. Cook it up. Let me hear that sizzle.
There were sleepovers and play dates?
That's right.
There was no animosity at all, right?
No?
And then in October of 2016, things changed, right?
Yes.
A letter was released where there was a suggestion that Professor Markel's mom was talking to the state about arranging custody for the boys in case you got arrested.
Yes.
And you saw that as a betrayal.
Well, the custody was foster care, so yes.
Yeah.
You saw that as her.
I wouldn't focus on that, Wendy. I mean, the betrayal is in the event of your arrest, which means that they dared to not be completely complicit in your claim of innocence, right? they cast the slightest shadow of doubt on that claim, and you went nuts.
For thinking that you killed her son.
Yes.
Yeah,
And as a
crazy
result of
bitch.
that, rightly or wrongly, you decided to limit their access.
I was afraid they were going to put my children in foster care.
Well, what do you want us to do with them if you get arrested? Just, shoot them in the head? I want them to go and live with my pimp contacts in Houston, Texas, where I sent all of my trafficked victims for $100 apiece.
Do your children know anything about their father?
They know a lot about their dad.
They know he's not here. They know he's shot.
Do they have a picture of him in their bedroom?
Each boy has a picture of them and their dad over their bed that we say good morning to and good night to every day.
Yeah.
Did you?
And then we look at it while we eat our bacon towers. We point at it, laugh, eat bacon towers, and say goodnight, Arbor.
benefit from Professor Markel's death?
No.
Oh, you mean financially? And well, if you can call it a benefit. I mean, it's my monthly sushi bill. So, is that a benefit?
Well, you got to live in South Florida.
Yeah.
It's not a benefit.
Fucking hell. Have you seen the movie theater, Wendy? With a nice fresh carpet, with that fresh carpet smell. You don't get that in Tallahassee. Fucking 2-screen Odeon. with a screen that, some people have bigger TVs. Yeah, no, it's great. Used to be a adult movie theater, and they never changed the seats. It's disgusting.
How are your boys doing?
They're doing very well, thank you.
Yeah. They didn't kill their father, do they? I mean, why is he asking? How are your boys doing? I mean, it's like one of those bullshit, semi-familial conversations that you have with someone at a wedding that you haven't seen in 18 years. How are the boys doing? Oh, they're grown? Oh, of course they're grown. And Brandeis, well, with a full scholarship? Oh, good.
How has your job prospects been since this case hit the news?
Objection, relevance.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Well, I got fired from the car wash, and now I hand out the yellow pages. To strip mall businesses.
Objection, relevance.
Has this affected your life negatively or positively?
Negatively.
Yeah, are you kidding? With all the media that I don't know about?
Does Charlie love his nephews?
Very much.
May I have one moment, Your Honor?
Yeah, Charlie does love his nephews. That's why we had Wendy check with Jeff. At what point do lasting memories get saved in children's heads? And we thought, well, if we do it now, they won't even remember him anyway. So it won't matter.
Ms. Adelson. I have no further questions.
Well, that's it.
Redirect examination.
I'll redirect. Crazy.
The long list of plans that you went over with Mr. Rashbaum that you were going to have in Tallahassee post murder date.
Oh,
None of
I think we're wrapping it up. That's a short show. Rashbaum was a very short show, but if anyone wants to support a short show, head over to buymeacoffee.com and buy us a coffee.com at True Crime Metrics. True Crime Metrics.
those plans happened, right?
No,
Because you moved to South Florida, right?
because I felt unsafe to stay here, yes.
And did you feel safe in South Florida?
No,
Yeah.
Did you buy a house in Tallahassee?
Yeah. Yeah, like, I used to pass Luis Rivera on the motorcycle every day. Down, what is it? Biscayne.
After the murder?
no, I did not.
Did you rent a house in Tallahassee after the murder?
No, I didn't live in Tallahassee after the murder.
Did the boys go to school that fall here in Tallahassee?
No, all our plans were broken.
And what was the purpose of those questions?
Our lives were broken. Our plans broken. Our bank account. Well, that was up. That was up. But the plans completely broken. Not to mention, I lost $400 on that plane ticket.
Of course you didn't. You moved to South Florida. You didn't have plans in Tallahassee that got executed. Why were you asked about all those things?
You had something in Tallahassee that got executed.
I don't know why I was asked questions by the defense counsel.
The book event that you were asked about, did that event
Yeah.
happen?
He didn't tell me that in prep. You know, we just learned the script, lady. You know, as far as who asked what, why, I don't know. You,
I didn't speak at the event, but the event still happened.
Have you had several events related to that book that have happened?
I have.
And what events were those?
do you think she watched the event on TV, throwing, you know, half drank bottles of wine into the fireplace?
Do you mean just in Tallahassee, or do you mean in other places?
Everywhere.
I've spoken at various schools about human trafficking and about my book.
Yeah.
I think there was one.
Some of them had a few students missing after I left. We don't know what happened. I said, get in the minivan. Next stop, Houston.
Event that still happened in Tallahassee about a year later.
And is that the only book you've written, or have you written more than one book?
I've only written one book.
What was the book about?
The book was
What the publisher didn't say. You know, we're gonna give you $1 million. We need a sequel. This is gonna be out on every shelf in the country.
about human trafficking and about the vulnerabilities that lead to trafficking, the problems when it occurs, and basically how to recover from it after.
Where was the book set?
It was set in a fictional town,
What was the name of the fictional town?
Hiawassee Springs.
Yeah.
So Hiawassee.
So I took all the letters of Tallahassee, the two L's, that became a W, and the T became an H. Is that it? And we added an I. But,
Is it located in the panhandle of Florida?
No, I used to see the name when I was driving from Tallahassee to Orlando, so it's somewhere in between.
And was the place modeled after Tallahassee?
Tallahassee to Orlando, isn't that where you had the romp rendezvous in the Orlando Hilton? That Jeff went through your GPS when she said she was away in Miami, and the last trip was with the date and everything. It was just like, yeah, you went to the Orlando Hilton.
It was definitely somewhere in Florida, but not supposed to be about Tallahassee, no.
Who was the central character in that book?
So there's 3 central characters. One was one of my clients, kind of a composite character from Eastern Europe.
Ooh, what a creative style. I have 3 leading protagonists.
One was kind of a composite character of many clients I've represented from Latin America.
Yeah,
and one
what,
was
just a generic immigrant prostitute? Is that what you're saying? Kind of a composite character of clients that I had. All of them whores that were being trafficked. Yeah, just generic, kind of a bit racist.
was a public interest lawyer.
And was the public interest...
I was like, I thought about picking one of my clients, but then I thought, what's the point? They're all the same anyway.
lawyer Lily?
Yes.
And is that the character that's sort of based after yourself?
No, really more based after a friend of mine.
And was Hiawassee, Florida, quote, just a small stop on the way back to what we had previously known as civilization? Is that a quote from your book?
That sounds like a quote from my book, yeah.
And who's the husband of Lily, the public interest lawyer?
You want his name in the book?
Yes.
I think it was Josh Stone.
All right, and what was Josh's employment?
Josh was an English professor.
Did he have a prof's blog in the book? Did he drive a black Honda Accord? And have this thing about shutting the garage door every fucking time?
I'm sorry, what was your answer?
Josh was an English professor.
A professor, where did he teach?
It's been a while. I wrote the book over 10 years ago. I don't...
Yeah, didn't you see my mouth twitch? That's my memory mouth twitch. Anytime I have to find a thought, I have to do my memory mouth twitch. The fuck? Just makes me want to, like, put a fucking hook on a bottom jaw and just, tie it to my car.
I'm sorry, what was your answer?
Josh was an English professor.
There we go.
Professor, where did he
Ready?
teach?
It's been a while. I wrote the book over 10 years ago. I don't remember what I named the university in the
North.
story.
I'd like to burn her lips off. It'd be like a face-off. John Travolta. Nicolas Cage. But just the lips, and we burn them off.
Florida State University.
We could replace them, right? We could replace them with the lips of a orangutan. Just these big old black lips.
That sounds right.
NFSU.
NFSU sounds right, yeah.
All right. And in the book, does Lily lament, quote,
I love Harvey's justification when they're on the phone and Charlie's like, all that stuff in the book, it's not even real, it wasn't evidence. and they talk about the university, and they're like, because Dan worked at FSU, and this is NFSU, Northern Florida State University, and then Harvey's like, and there's also a University of North Florida up in Jacksonville. It's like, thanks, Harvey. That's we'll put that on the appeal, shall we?
we moved to this godforsaken place for Josh's career?
Yes, that sounds like a line Lily would say.
All right. When you looked at page 187 of the divorce document on cross, and I'll hand that back to you.
Oh, everybody got a virus? I don't know what a virus is. I mean, I'm going to call it a virus. I got a rain virus the other day. Yeah. Toxic rain. A lot of it.
This is actually my copy. 97. Do you see the quote that you read previously from that page?
I don't.
It's not amusement. It's not amusement, Michelle. It's shy embarrassment. Oh, you're talking about my book. An author, me? Oh. Well, I did go to Cambridge, so. Did I mention that in my cross?
Okay. It had to do with, let's see if I can find it, that you were very unhappy in the marriage. I think it's the third paragraph there.
I see that line.
Okay, the wife has been very unhappy in the marriage and files her petition for dissolution of marriage in August 2012. The husband continues to characterize this as abandonment, and then it goes on to say that he had been disparaging you to some of the folks at the law school. Do you remember reading that?
I do.
Was that intended to be the...
You know, I really think that he was softening the, you know, people were probably coming to him and going, man, fucking what is up? You know, we've heard, like, she's gone nuts. Is she fucking nuts? And Markel was probably like, you know, I mean, I think she does have some mental health problems, yeah. You know, to bring it back clinical. You know, she's a fucking mad woman, crazy bitch. Markel's just softening it out. And she calls it disparagement. He was probably defending her. Can you believe it?
place in...
And why? And why? Because he's a good man. He's a good man that always picks up his cafeteria tray and puts it back in the thing. Not just leave it on the table like some of those other professors. We all know it's true.
This binder where you allege emotional abuse by your husband?
I mean, I think it's emotionally abuse.
Yeah, it was emotional abuse. He said, give me back all the money you stole. And my priceless Auschwitz ring, man. Where's that? You took that? You didn't even wear it at the wedding. Imagine the nerve of that. He went to the trouble of getting this, heirloom ring that had been smuggled out of Nazi Germany and all that, And she put it on and said, oh, it doesn't go with my dress. I need another one. Yeah, I think there's a jeweler's.
Abusive to suggest somebody has mental health issues.
Okay.
What would you call it, Wendy? You're neurotypical. Is that what you're telling us?
What is the prof's blog? You were asked about that on Cross.
Yeah, it was a blog that Danny started with some of his colleagues to kind of promote community in the law professor world.
And who reads the prof's?
Probably
Prof's blog.
other law professors and people interested in becoming law professors.
Who is on the Crim Prof listserv?
I don't know.
Were you
Probably.
on the listserv for that prof's blog?
I may have been on the listserv at some point.
Do you remember seeing the post that you were shown on Cross?
I do.
And the post says something about Danny and I are planning to attend a conference that will begin Sunday, July 20th. Is there any other information on what you were shown about Dan's travel plans post-murder other than that?
I'm sorry, can you please repeat the question?
The post says, Danny and I guess it's another professor writing this thing. Danny and I are planning to attend a conference that will begin Sunday, July 20th. Is that the type of information that he would typically have on something like the Prof's blog or Facebook?
That sounds right.
Okay, but as far as the date he's leaving, the flight he's on, that kind of stuff, would that typically be on the Prof's blog?
He wouldn't put what flight number he was on, but he would almost always communicate when he was going on a trip.
Okay, so going to a conference that starts July 20th might be an example.
Flying to New York.
I'm in seat 32F. Yeah, it's on the aisle seat. I'm gonna have one piece of carry-on. That'll be my laptop.
Tomorrow would be an example.
Okay,
But
he didn't
not
put
a flight number.
But he didn't put flying to New York tomorrow on this occasion.
No.
You were referenced several times, not on direct examination by the state, but by your brother's attorney on cross as a co-conspirator. Are you charged in this case?
No.
Yeah,
This isn't your trial, is it?
No.
it was a fucking miracle.
Is your brother charged with conspiring with you to do a murder?
No.
Is he charged with conspiring with you to plan a murder?
No.
Is he charged with soliciting you to do a murder?
No.
Who is he charged?
She's pretty clear on those questions, huh? If there were any other questions, she'd be like, gee, I don't know.
With doing those things with?
I don't think anyone.
Have you had an opportunity to review his indictment in this case?
I have not.
Not the other two that have been sent to prison forever already?
Give you an opportunity to take a look at that document to yourself. Who is your brother alleged to have done these crimes with?
Katherine D. Magbanua.
Were you on the wire in this case, Ms. Adelson?
No.
So when the bump happened, are you familiar with the event I'm referencing as the bump?
I am now.
When law enforcement approached your mother on the street and handed her a piece of paper?
Yes.
Okay, when that occurred, who did your mother call?
I don't know.
Not you, right?
Not me.
Okay. And once your brother found out about the bump, did he call you about it?
No.
Who did he call?
I don't know.
Well, you listened to the calls to authenticate the voices, didn't you?
Just to hear the voices, not to hear the content of the calls.
Okay. And the voices were...
All I heard was, hey, how are you? I was like, that's my brother. It's my creepy brother. He does that. Hey, how are you? On the beginning of every call at the wiretaps, it's, hey, how are you?
Your brother's voice, right?
But I listened to the calls just to hear who was on them, so I don't know what content they're referencing.
I heard your answer. My question...
Then I heard the chew toy of a Rottweiler, and I was Katie. Definitely Katie.
to you now is your brother's voice was on the calls.
He was on some of the calls I listened to.
Your mother's voice was on the calls.
She was on some of the calls I listened to.
It was the condescension that I heard most. It was like, oh, there's an elitist comment. My mother. Easy. I could do that from the transcript.
Did you have any secret meetings with your brother post bump that happened in South Florida?
No.
You were asked about Jeffrey Lacasse and the way that your relationship ended. What is OkCupid?
OkCupid is a dating website.
Were you on that dating website?
I was.
Were you on that dating website at the time that you were dating Mr. Lacasse?
No, I wasn't.
And were you...
How come it says the account was opened by Donna Harvey at Gmail?
speaking, so I guess if you weren't on it, you weren't speaking to multiple men from the website during the time you were dating Mr. Lacoste. And I'll remind you that you provided your phone in this case, and it was cell-brighted, downloaded.
Objection. Argument.
Approach.
Didn't you just say that you weren't on OkCupid at the time that you were dating Jeffrey Lacoste?
I don't know when we say I officially stopped dating Jeff Lacasse, but there's a chance that, I don't remember in 2014 whether I had gotten the app and started talking to people before we officially broke up.
Okay, so my point is there's a chance that he was right. You were being unfaithful, or at least talking to other people. He had a reason to be jealous.
I think he had some serious jealousy issues that may or may not have been founded.
Yeah, I think
Well, he should go and hang out at the Icon for a weekend when Beef Cheeks is there, you know. Open it up. They got a waterbed now. And just wait until they get that 20 capacity shower installed. What could they put in there? They're talking to the bathroom contractor. Saying, yeah, can you put some rest irons on the wall, up high? What about Could we get a big basin in here for the toys, so that we can wash those off? Do you think they take turns, whose job it is to wash off the toys? Probably take an hour, right? Scrubby. I hope they have a special sponge. Yeah. I bet Beef Cheeks always volunteers for that job. Oh, God. Then goes out to the living room. Everybody's, draped over the sofa cushions with those, silk kimono dressing gowns. Listening to a little bit of well, who would it be? Bobby Darin. Let's put a bit of Bobby Darin on, eh? Maybe get in the mood again. I think the toys are ready. Beef Cheeks. Where's the basket?
Got from your testimony that you believe he had serious jealousy issues. My question to you is, did he have a reason to be?
No.
So he was wrong.
He was wrong in June when he accused me of being with multiple people that I wasn't with, yes.
Okay.
Rage thugs, I like that.
What was wrong with Dan's mother trying to make arrangements for the kids in the event of your arrest? Wasn't that a kind thing to do?
I don't think it's kind to put my children in foster care.
Wasn't the foster care intended only to cover the time frame that it would take for her to get on a plane and get here?
She never said that.
You thought she was just going to leave them in foster care?
I didn't know what to think. They have a mother. They don't need to be in foster care.
But they wouldn't have a mother in the event of your arrest, Ms. Adelson. Wasn't that the intention of the email?
I don't know what the intent of the email was. I was not going to be arrested for a crime I didn't commit.
She didn't know that, though, did she?
What is that statement? How does that statement jelly down to her opinion of her brother right now? Nobody in Florida is arrested for a crime they didn't commit. Charlie's in here saying it wasn't me. Thanks, Wendy. Jesus.
I don't know what she knows or doesn't know. I can't speak to that.
Do Dan's parents know whether you committed this crime or not?
I don't know how to answer that question.
How would they? Particularly back at the time that she sent that email. It was fresh at that time, right?
I'm sorry, what was fresh?
All the events that were occurring, the arrests.
That was
The arrest?
2 years after Danny's murder. I don't know what she knew or didn't know.
Yeah.
I know that my children don't belong in foster care.
Yeah. I'd moved on. I'd moved on. You know? I'd forgotten all about it.
Was it a specific foster care that she was requesting be called in the event that the children had no place to go and were going to be going into the custody of the state?
She did suggest a specific foster care agency,
A Jewish-run foster care agency.
a Jewish foster care.
Ho! What is that it? We didn't get to hear no further questions. I mean, that is it. That was the redirect, so I guess that's where the Tallahassee Democrat cut it off. I mean, so how we doing? We just got one more testimony to go. How about that? Steaming through. Yeah, I mean, not much more to be said. It's the top of the end. What can we say? Wendi. Let's bring up a picture. A goddamn picture. Crazy bitch. God, look at her. 3 out of 4. So, what do you think Wendy's doing for Thanksgiving, huh? Do you think you can get a turkey, like, vacuum molded into a custom shape? Like 3D printed? I bet you can. I bet there's places you can get that done, right? So technically, she could have a turkey shaped like Professor Markel's head. Be interesting. And when he's like, I'll carve. I'll carve. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for the murder and the money and the murder money. Yeah. And getting rid of my mom and brother. That's great too, thank you. And, ooh, what is this? Yeah, too bad Charlie doesn't have a family member or loved one in the legal profession who could give him some direction. Forget it. She's not even in that game now. She's down at the partnership, raising funds. Yeah. Okay. We are out of here, right? Bit of a short show. We'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow with another show. Will it be this one? Or is it Sunday Fun Day? We got taken offline last Sunday, right at midnight. I was all ready, and then phone got cut off. No internet. Great. So we forgot we couldn't do our Sunday Fun Day with Prince Andrew. So maybe we'll do that. I don't know. Or this. It's a pretty short one though. Maybe we could do it in the day. Do a double stream. We'll see how we go. We'll post it online as soon as we can, as fast as we can, and as well as we can. Okay, thank you everybody for coming, chatting, super coffees, super moderators. Thank you everybody. Have a safe drive home, a happy Sunday, and enjoy your bacon towers. Adios. Boom.